According to World Institute of Development Economics Research, there are four aspects of society that build the foundation for a developed economy. Let's see about those four aspects. The first one is economy. Of course, in order for an economy to develop, it must achieve a high level of productivity and income. However, research indicates that in developed economies, productivity and income are generated through the production of goods and services rather than natural resource extraction. Next one is polity. A developed economy should show the reflection of people's choices. Third one is society. In order for a sustainable developed economy, there should be equal social rights and opportunities based on equity. And the fourth one is administration. For developed economy, there should be effective implementation of plan for developed economy. As these four aspects are mentioned as pillars, only one cannot grow, and it's like a house cannot be built with one pillar. The economy cannot be built on only one of these four aspects. I have a question for you. Among the four pillars, which pillars are included in the economy of Nepal? Please mention your ideas in the comment box. You must be curious why I mentioned the developed economy today. The reason is government of Nepal has been saying that government will create a developed economy through the extraction and export of rock, sand, gravel and other aggregates from the mountains of Nepal. Clearly, it is not a production, but it is an extraction of natural resources, which is against the principle of production from goods and services for developed economy. According to National Daily of Nepal, Naya Patrika, the government is all set to mine 92 places of 14 districts. All 92 places are near to Chure mountains, but all are lie in the Mahabharat range. It is estimated that 414 hectares of forest will be destroyed due to this mining. As Nepal is a mountainous country, the surface area of destruction will be much more. Apart from forests, there will be loss of biodiversity, homes of several wildlife, natural disaster including floods. Ultimately, the government of Nepal will get an Rs 930 million, which is roughly 80k USD. I have again a question for you, and comment that would that worth it for Nepal to invest in such a mining business for such a mere benefit. On the other side, government is repeating that Chure won't be touched, but a project named Siddha Baba Kritim Pathar Ayojana was proposed by Lumbini province. It is estimated to destroy 214 hectares of the Chure mountains of Palpa and Rupandehi districts by online cover. I have already talked about some consequences of mining from Chure and mountains in my previous video. If you haven't watched that yet, I have given its link in the description box below. So let's talk about one more problem of extensive mining, and that is sedimentation. Then what is sedimentation? It is settling of sediment in river system, and it increases the bed of river and threatening river and aquatic life. We often listen about sedimentation from heavy road construction in Nepal, but that cannot be stopped because there is no other option for transportation. But it could be done in a way to impact less to diversity with ample of alternative alignment analysis. Let's imagine we'll export rock, gravel, sand from mining. Where will go all those excavated soils? Let me tell you, some of them block the river. The river will try to make unnatural channels, and that will invoke flood. Massive amount of soil will go with the floods. There will be the highest sedimentation in the river system. Those will be aggregated finally on the Tarai land, and it will reduce the fertility of soil and will make it desert. It will destroy the irrigation system, and it will destroy the main GDP contributor of the country. For instance, Just a decade ago, the flood in the Kosi barrage broke the dam, and hundreds of hectares of land around the river are still unsuitable for agriculture. We shouldn't forget that. Today, here I'll try to say about 5 major sectors that will lead Nepal to prosperity, except exporting of sand, gravel, and rock, and I'll tell what should be done to improve that sector. The 5 sectors are solely based on my perception. I request you to tell your 5 major sectors of Nepal that will lead the Nepal towards a developed economic country. The first one is agriculture. As we all know, Nepal is an agriculture country, not because of Nepal has abundant agricultural land. It is because most people's livelihoods are dependent on agriculture. According to the US aid report updated on January 22, 2021, agriculture provides 68% of Nepalese livelihood, and it accounts for 34% of GDP. Despite only 20% of the land of Nepal is cultivated, and some agricultural land is devoid of irrigation. So the government needs to boost the irrigation system to enhance the productivity of agricultural system. Though it has been included in the budget almost every year, its implementation is weak. The main stakeholder in agriculture is farmers, and often farmers get less profit from agriculture. Due to this, many farmers decide to abandon agriculture and practice out migration from Nepal for higher income. In my opinion, the government should provide farmer subsidies for farming. Government should introduce farming cluster in Nepal like industry cluster in Western countries and cluster banned in the Chinese environment. It is based on the concept of clustering and branding of agricultural products. The government has been providing subsidies on many agricultural products, but the implementation is weak, so it should be strengthened. Also, if the government buys agriculture products from the farmers at a subsidized rate, take responsibility to supply to the market, I believe the price of domestic agriculture product will be less and will be able to decrease the import from other countries. Next one is tourism. Roughly it contributes about 9% of GDP. Currently tourism is slowed down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It is believed that it will boost again. Mountain climbing, trekking, bird watching, rafting, canoeing, bungee jumping, paragliding, jungle safari are major tourism activities in Nepal, having a minimum impact on biodiversity and ensuring payment for ecosystem services. The tourism sector should be developed. For this, government should ensure the better quality of time for tourists in Nepal, which comes from many things such as sanitation, maintenance of trekking trails, quality homestay and hotels. And the third one is forest. So according to Forest Research and Training Center, 40.36% area of Nepal is covered by forest, whereas 4.38% is covered by other wooded land. If forest other than core area of national park, wildlife reserve and wildlife corridors should be managed scientifically and sustainably, forests have enormous potential. China has been taking as bamboo for solution of many sectors including construction, textile, paper, garments. Similarly, I believe Nepal should promote bamboo production and forest-based enterprises. Apart from forest-based industries, other industries should be promoted such as carpet industry, which is a major exported goods of the country. The concept of industry clusters should be applied in the case of industries of Nepal too for quality products. The fourth one is hydropower. Nepal has made progress in hydroelectricity. Nepal has 83,000 megawatt of theoretical and 42,133 megawatt of technically financially viable hydroelectric potential. However, the total installed capacity at present is a mere 1095 megawatt. Hydropower could be leaded to decrease the trade deficiency, as Nepal's neighbor countries like India and Bangladesh are hungry for additional power supply. But during the construction of hydropower, we should avoid the core area of the protected area. It should be made in a way to avoid damage to pristine forest ecosystem and biodiversity. And the fifth one and the last one is remittances. Currently, remittances is one of the major contributor of GDP after agriculture. Still, I put it at the last of my top 5 sectors, because we may have more benefit if we will be able to engage our manpower within the country, but it seems very difficult for Nepal for now, where abroad employment, especially in the Middle East and some Western countries, has been a major employment generator and contributor to the economy of Nepal. For now, at least, if we improve the agriculture, tourism, hydropower, forestry sector to boost the economy of Nepal, will be in the direction to decrease the trade deficit.